to make other forms of stimulation, which I'm calling monetary policy 3. Monetary policy 3 will not be just through quantitative easing. Quantitative easing by financial assets from people who have it, and it stays in the financial community. We're going to have to move toward, increasingly, the making of purchases that put money directly in the hands of spenders. Because the linkage between having money in the financial assets and having spending is becoming weaker and weaker.
Can I just pause for a moment?
Sure.
So what you're effectively saying to me is that monetary policy 1, interest rates, has sort of run its course. It's become ineffective. Monetary policy 2, quantitative easing, if I take you correctly, ineffective. Central banks are now going to have to print money and hand it to consumers?
In one fashion or in another, they're going to have to go more directly to spenders.
How does that work?
Well, it can work in either a combination of fiscal and monetary policy. There's a continuum of how it's worked in history. In some cases, you can have the federal government run deficits, which the central bank essentially monetizes by lending them money, and that's one path. And then there's a continuum, and on that continuum, the far side of that continuum is called helicopter money. What helicopter money means is the process of essentially putting it directly in your hands. The central bank has the capacity legally to essentially get money in your hands. There's the laws change from place to place, to put it directly in your hands to have you spend it. In other words, to bypass the financial markets to do that. So there's a range of ways that can be done. History is loaded with them. We're just not acquainted with them because they haven't happened in our lifetimes before. In other words, these long-term debt cycles come once a lifetime, and people
once a century even.
Once a century even. So they're rare, but if you go back over history and you see them, they've happened many times.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology, and I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling back. No CME this weekend, guys. We know we have Memorial Day weekend, so the stock market is going to be closed on Monday, so we definitely should get some liquidity in. We know we're the only game in town on the weekend. So Sunday night going into Monday, I definitely see us moving up slightly. And then, of course, guys, on Tuesday, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. On Friday, we had yield rates slightly pulling back towards the end of the close, but yield rates are still high. The same with the dollar, slightly pulled back, but as we can see, the dollar is definitely still strong. Now, in cryptos, guys, we see volume is low, but like I stated, I definitely see volume coming in Sunday night going into Monday. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether and USDC. Now, we have MakerDAO wants to increase his savings rate from 1% to 3%. And that should have been done last year. This year is definitely not a good time because we know we're going to be running into rate cuts in about 6 months. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we have the Fed repo sitting about $2.1 trillion. And we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet. So therefore, they can destroy the legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Now we have the ECB sums up the digital euro prototyping exercise as it nears a possible pilot launch. Now the exercise ran from July last year to February of this year, called NEXT. So guys, we know we've been seeing plenty of testing over the last 5 or 6 years. So we know behind the curtain, these CBDCs, these stable coins are already ready to go. And remember, they are programmable, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend them or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $22.9 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have A16Z, and guys, we know that's Andreessen, and my God, releases anonymous voting system for Ethereum, named Cicada. And Cicada, combined with zero knowledge, will keep the identity of the user unknown. And in a couple of years, guys, our voting system will be done on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we have Kronos Labs launches second $100 million Web3 accelerator. And of course, guys, they team up with Amazon's AWS. And guys, we see plenty of money for this digital transformation. And guys, we have Peter Schiff gets in on the money, launching NFTs on Bitcoin. Now we have Beijing releases white paper for Web3 innovation and development. And we know in the mainstream media, they play the Hegelian dialectic that China is not leading this fourth industrial revolution. Just because they want total control of the mainland, they get to use Hong Kong for this digital transformation. And in that paper, they go over the metaverse. And we know China and Saudi Arabia are leading the metaverse. And then lastly, guys, we have JPMorgan Chase enters generative AI race with IndexGPT trademark. And guys, we know why the masses sleep, the NWO build. AI, robots, algorithms, and drones are about to take over this economy. You do not want to be caught on the wrong side of history. Because like Jerome Powell stated at the beginning of every video I have, a lot of people are going to be left behind. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.